If you work in tech, if you're a recent graduate, or if you care about the American economy, you need to hear this. The immigration landscape just shifted seismically, and it's going to hit companies right where it hurts, their wallets. Forget those cheap foreign labor loopholes. They are closing down hard. The president just signed an executive order that completely overhauls the visa program designed for high-skilled workers. We're talking about the visa that brings in specialty talent, engineers, doctors, and tech programmers. The headline? Companies now face a shocking $100,000 annual application fee for every single foreign worker they want to hire through this program. Think about that jump. Before this, the initial application fees were tiny, just about $1,000 total, covering the $210 lottery registration and the $780 employer petition. Now, that cost explodes a hundredfold, $100,000 per year. It is a steep jump, one the White House says is necessary to end what they call the long-standing abuse of the system. This move is direct, aggressive, and clearly designed to put American workers first, instantly boosting the upfront cost of hiring foreign talent. Companies will now have to think twice before filling roles overseas. The administration's argument is simple. Hiring foreign workers at a cheaper rate to save money is over. This $100,000 fee makes hiring foreigners equally expensive to paying American workers the higher wages they deserve for the same roles. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick was direct about the goal. He says the administration wants companies to hire and train American workers instead of bringing in foreign ones. If a company is going to train somebody, they should train one of our recent graduates. This policy aims to ensure that the workers brought in are truly irreplaceable and highly skilled, protecting Americans from wage suppression. The current system had a massive loophole. Critics have pointed out that companies often use this specialty worker visa program to bring in entry-level workers at salaries much lower than what U.S. tech professionals typically earn. Salaries often as low as $60,000 a year. That's far less than the six-figure salaries usually paid to U.S. tech workers. The new rules aim to change that dynamic by ordering the Department of Labor to revise existing wage rules, making it much harder for employers to undercut U.S. salaries. This crackdown affects the entire technology sector most sharply. Companies rely on this program to fill highly technical positions. For perspective, America awards about 85,000 new visas in this category annually through a lottery system. If every single one of those visas were issued with the new $100,000 fee, we are talking about billions in new revenue for the government. And the market reacted instantly. Major users of the visa program saw their stocks fall immediately upon the news. Infosys stock dropped about 5%. Cognizant Technology dropped about 4%. Accenture fell by about 1%. Why the immediate drop? These massive IT services firms, especially those with ties to Indian outsourcing, rely extensively on this system to staff their projects here in the U.S. Historically, India has been the biggest beneficiary of these visas, accounting for roughly 70% of all approved recipients last year. China was a distant second, at around 12%. This change hits those global business models directly in the profitability sweet spot. Critics of the program argue that the misuse discourages American graduates from pursuing careers in science and technology fields. The White House even views the current system of replacing American workers with lower-cost foreign labor as a national security issue. Now, companies face a crucial choice: pay the steep $100,000 annual fee per employee, which for a company sponsoring 10 workers means a $1 million increase in yearly expense, or radically rethink their workforce strategy. This disproportionately hurts smaller businesses and startups who cannot absorb that massive cost. The administration argues this steep fee is what is needed to ensure that companies save the visa for truly extraordinary talent that cannot be found domestically. But get this, another major push from conservative lawmakers in Congress is aiming for even more dramatic changes beyond just this new fee. Senator Jim Banks introduced legislation called the American Tech Workforce Act. That seeks a total overhaul. This proposed bill would completely scrap the existing visa lottery system and replace it with a merit-based, highest bidder system. Under this structure, visas would be awarded to employers listing the highest compensation, adding a cost-based filter to discourage any abuse. The minimum required salary would dramatically jump from $60,000 to $150,000. This legislative effort reflects the increased political pressure to prioritize American jobs and stop U.S. wages from being driven down. Now, let's talk about the other big thing the president unveiled, the Gold Card Visa. In a separate executive action, the president directed the creation of a Gold Card Visa pathway. This is explicitly designed to fast-track visas for foreigners willing and able to pay a hefty fee. For an individual foreigner, the path to expedited treatment costs $1 million. If a corporation wants to sponsor a foreign worker through this gold card system, they must pay $2 million. The president says this is meant to bring great people to the country and ensure only the most extraordinary, highly skilled individuals remain permanently. The administration argues the previous investor visa programs were flawed, noting that the traditional green card path often resulted in the U.S. taking in workers earning an average of about $66,000 annually, whom officials worried might end up needing public assistance. The gold card is supposed to ensure we only attract the extraordinary people at the very top. The president even compared the corporate sponsorship fee to a signing bonus in baseball or football. The revenue generated from these expensive gold cards is intended to be used to reduce taxes and reduce national debt. But here is where things get complicated and uncertain. Immigration experts are already calling the $100,000 fee proposal potentially illegal. Under current law, Congress typically has the power to change visa fees, and those fees are usually supposed to cover the cost of processing the application, not act as a restrictive penalty to limit the use of the visa. Critics predict the administration is going to get sued and lose this battle in court. Regardless of the legal battles ahead, these actions signal a massive policy shift that favors domestic labor and wealthy, highly skilled immigrants willing to pay top dollar to be here. For U.S. tech companies, the days of easily accessing a stream of lower-cost foreign labor are coming to a grinding halt. This pressure could force businesses to invest heavily in training American workers or resort to more automation or even offshoring jobs outside the U.S. entirely. The choice is stark. Pay a huge penalty to hire internationally or dedicate resources to developing talent right here at home. The administration says the shift will bolster the integrity of the system and protect U.S. workers from exploitation. We are now seeing the most aggressive attempt in years to reshape how U.S. companies hire global talent, transforming the specialty worker visa into what some are calling a luxury work permit, only accessible to the wealthiest corporations. This affects everyone, from U.S. tech graduates looking for their first job to massive corporations relying on international collaboration. It's clear the policy changes are already making ripples across the financial markets and corporate America. Whether these changes survive the legal challenges, the message is loud and clear. American jobs are the priority, and accessing foreign talent just got dramatically more expensive. Make sure you hit that like button if you found this breakdown useful, subscribe to the channel so you never miss another critical market update, and smash that bell icon to get notifications the minute we post new content. I'll catch you next time.